Hey, what's up fellas, Mario here, and welcome back to Danganronpa Lapse. Now, I do apologize, it's been a little bit since the last one, but I am trying to stay consistent about stuff, but I have big plans for the end of this year. Remember where we last left off, we went through the class trial and had to have to watch a dear friend be executed upon realizing that he killed a dear friend of ours as well. After that, we woke up from fainting in our friend's room and went downstairs to eat with our good friend here, Forte. I say friends, but like we know that people are gonna kill each other more and more. But they're still good friends. Forte just told us how much he cared about us. So, I think it shows that we're still all good friends. I got my voices now, I apologize. We hardly knew each other, but I could feel the bond of our adversity bringing us closer together. Our camaraderie knit together by taut strings of fear. If I may, as a precaution, I suggest no one travel alone. It's too dangerous to be without a witness in the event something were to happen. It's not a thought I wish to entertain, but such steps may be necessary if we're going to be at the forefront of the killer game's unpredictability. I agree. And not only that, Cyrus' intense behavior could pose a potential problem. What happened with Cyrus? Well, after the trial, you recall what Zero said, correct? Yeah? Cyrus Surik is someone to be aware of. Ultimate Charisma is a terrible cover talent. After you collapsed, he started acting suspiciously. I drop Ashley's voice. It seems I've garnered some distrust among you all. No thanks to that lousy Zero. Cyrus, what is Zero talking about? There's no use hiding it. I think a reintroduction is only appropriate. Cyrus Surik, Ultimate Confidential Informant for the Preservation Project. Ultimate Confidential Informant? These Ultimates are so out there, but I love them. You're with the Preservation Project? Of course. I rallied you all here after all. So what's with the facade? You're in this game too after all. Did you think you could keep up the niceties all the way through? That's for me to know. And all you need to know is this. You were all doomed from the moment you set foot here. I know for a fact, nothing you do will save you from this game. And then he just walked out. Why didn't you guys beat him then and there? And then he crept out of the courtroom, leaving us all confused to say the least. After that, Missy and I rushed you to my room so you can get your rest. Sai and Kanan have been unresponsive all evening. I don't know how Lyle is faring, but he is likely in similar despondent shape. They've retired to their rooms as far as I know. However, if anyone would like to explore, find a partner to keep yourself safe. I cannot guarantee everyone's safety, nor can I force everyone to follow my lead. But I hope you all know I wish for everyone's safety. Missy was strained. She wished to protect everyone, but it was difficult since none of us knew what could happen next. I'm awfully curious about something though. As we were returning to the foyer from the courtroom, I noticed that there was a button for the 3rd floor lit in the elevator. 3rd floor? I saw that too. Missy, did you want to investigate the 3rd floor? I got Ashley's voice, I'm sorry. It's late, but I did want to make a brief round to see what's in store for us. I'll come with you. Echo, did you want to go back to your room for some proper rest? I imagine you've been quite fatigued lately. My stomach was in a knot. I didn't want to leave Ashley. No, it's fine. I'll come with you. I feel kind of restless anyway. Walking around could help. Okay, but don't push yourself, alright? I nodded slowly. If you folks are going to explore, would you mind seeing me off to my living quarters? Missy and Ashley obliged, and we all left the dining hall together, seeing him to his living quarters. We hold his hand all the way to his room. You're safe now, Forte. It's genuinely a smart thing to do, to kind of make little groups here and there. That way no one can just get ambushed. No one's gonna kill 4 people. Could you imagine if this Danganronpa game makes that twist? If you've watched the Danganronpa series, I don't want to spoil anything, because I don't want to, make you... Actually, I can't say that, because that would spoil a lot. Never mind. In the foyer, we saw Forte off as he retired for the night in his personal room. Entering the elevator again, we traveled to the 3rd floor that had recently opened up. After a low rumbling, the elevator stopped, revealing the new area. Is it at least a nice new area? Oh, it's a beautiful looking area. A digital kiosk was just outside the elevator, displaying a map of the grounds as we approached. The third floor landing hall led toward a single main hall that split into 4 rooms, 2 on each side. Smokehouse lounge, a casino, I'm going there first, art gallery, and garage. A garage? Why would we need a garage on a 3rd floor? I want to check that out first. 4 new activity amenities are available to us. On the left, there's a smoke lounge connected to a casino. On the right is an art gallery connected to a garage. But of course, they're closed to us from 9 AM to 7 PM. However, Missy's voice trailed off. It followed her gaze to the smaller hallways that surround the perimeter of the main activity rooms. Familiar doors dotted the hallway. It did say living, I didn't even say that, but it did say living quarters as well on the map, didn't it? Like to the left and right. An unknown school emblem decorated the door, but Missy's eyes were transfixed on one. That's... And Ashley herself was looking at another door that bore a similar emblem on it that I had seen on the race car helmet earlier. Huh? Because you're a friend here, Ashley? And Missy, I don't know who you, I know. There was another full set of personal rooms on the 3rd floor. Missy and Ashley looked at each other with astonishment. They swiftly ran to their respective doors, but before they could do anything, I see you've met the rest of your classmates. I've been sitting here in the dark for 4 hours. Could you hurry up next time? His flat, disembodied voice is to chill up my spine. Hold on, he's got like a flat, disembodied voice. Two others swung around to see Cyrus in the dark corner of the hallway. Cyrus continued, disregarding Missy and Ashley's grim faces. It's too late. Silva and Darling, they're out of the picture. Oh, there you go. I took a picture of that. That's look cool. Ashley and Missy reacted to the respective names. I remember Ashley telling me about Silva. The other unknown was in relation to Missy. Darling? Dennis was suddenly heavy with paralyzing glare sent every which way. Why do you know this? What exactly do you plan to do with these threats? He shrugged indifferently, unconcerned with answering the questions tossed his way. Cyrus, who are you? I'm the Preservation Project's informant. I was chosen to handpick the class that appears for this game. His luring eyes pierced the very air between us. But Echo Pine, they're different. I was immobilized at the sudden mention of my name. I didn't even know if I was breathing. The 3 stood at a stalemate, a palpable dread radiating from their deadlocked eyes. Please, stop your facade. Facade? You all heard Zero in the trial. The Cyrus you knew before wasn't the real me. He blew my cover, so I'm here in full form. You really are doing like a Frieza stance. Like we can jump you right now. I assure you, there's no one up here that can protect you. Zero's not gonna come down here. We can just jump you. Is no one thinking that but me? Like, let's just jump him. Cyrus let his threat linger. The astringent? I've seen that word before, I just messed it up. Astringent's potential for a disaster amassed a lead weight at the bottom of my stomach. Missy and Ashley closed in on either side of me, bracing themselves against his possible machinations. Okay, come on, do something. But he just sulked away. Cyrus, husky, how low laugh melting into the darkness. I was dizzy with fear. They're really describing his voice like pretty well. Like it makes me really feel pressured to do a good voice for this guy now. Because they never describe how anyone else's voice sounds, so I just kind of looked at the characters and I'm like, they probably sound like this. But his is kind of described. I was dizzy with fear, but Missy's firm voice kept me grounded. Hurry, let's return to the living quarters. She grabbed my hand, leading me through the dark toward the elevator that was some ways behind us. We all stood into the elevator and rode back to the main foyer. Bro, I'd put him in a leg lock. Like, he's not going nowhere. I'd easily tackle that man and get information out. Like, why are we pretending like he's this untouchable being? We can just grab him. Back in the foyer, soft light from the chandelier glittered, delicately lighting the main hall. There, we crossed paths with Kanan, who was isolated in the foyer once again. Kanan! Ashley's voice was a whisper that didn't seem to reach Kanan's ears. We slowly approached her. Oh, yeah, I'm saving it, and saw her cold expression. But her face gave off a different demeanor somehow. Rather than the icy gaze, we were met with the stony, soulless stare. Kanan, are you alright? I saw her come to, her eyes softening as she turned toward us. She murmured a quiet affirmation. Her cold exterior melted into a brief moment of vulnerability. Then my curiosity got the better of me, and I capitalized on the brevity of silence. Kanan, I have to know, why did you run away when I collapsed from electrocution? It's only natural to feel fear when you see someone get hurt. Uh-huh? I was frightened. It's odd. I wanted to leave this mansion as soon as I woke up, but something stopped me. She gripped the Insta camera she had hung on a short wrist strap. When I woke up in my personal room with only this camera in my possession, I couldn't help but feel unnerved. So I stood in the foyer, wanting to leave, but felt unable to due to my mysterious bad feeling. And as it turns out, that feeling was right. After I saw you scream and collapse, my suspicions were confirmed, but I didn't know what to do. I waited for someone, anyone, to come and see you so they could handle it. Forte, you know what happens from there. You couldn't I'm not trying to be rude, I get it, you were scared, but you couldn't yell for help. That's when unless your response is always freeze, because if your response is always freeze, let's keep this conversation between us, because it's gonna be real easy to kill you. I left someone else to help you because I didn't want to deal with that event. Although her face was no less intelligible than before, her voice was shaking. She was just as scared, if not more, than I was. She desperately wanted to protect herself from being the one who would point out the culprit as long as possible, knowing she couldn't delay the inevitable revelation. Ganon sighed heavily. Excuse me, I'm going to bed. Ganon briskly walked toward the living quarters. Missy and Ashley gave Ganon a soft good night each as she retired for the night. With nothing left to do in the dark of night, we followed suit to our individual rooms. Ashley stopped me for a moment in the living quarters hall. Echo, let's take care of each other, yeah? Of course. That doesn't need saying. Okay. Ashley mumbled something but cut herself off. Then she just gave me a hug. Closed my eyes and allowed myself to be swathed in the comfort of her embrace. Good night, Echo. Good night, Ash. Back to my room. My personal prison. Entering my personal room, I felt more alienated. This personal room. The comfort and luxury must have been fabricated, creating a false sense of comfort. And behind that sense of comfort, a facade of terror and malice was hiding, a killing game with no remorse for the participants. I shook the nerves out and collapsed on the bed. I want to go to bed for a long time. Exhaustion overcame me, and another day would come to pass. Am I doing good with reading right now? I feel like I'm doing kind of nice. I've been stuttering a little bit here and there, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of killing it on the reading. I'm doing well. Day 4. I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe like a week? Man, it's got to be longer than that. There's so many students. Every fire is a lesson learned. What does that mean? Oh, I think of smokehouse. You said fire. Someone's knocking on my door again. I open my eyes at the sound of knocking. Pardon me, but good morning. It's Missy Vesper outside for Echo. Why do you have to be so formal about it, Missy? We're friends. Look at the time, 7:29. Good morning, Missy. I'll be right out. Take your time. It's out the alarm for it rang and made myself presentable. Thank God, we got like the same fit in the closet 10 times over. They just measured our size when we were knocked out and just gave us the exact same outfit. I mess with mine though. Hope you do too. I stepped out my personal room to greet Missy. I noticed she was clutching a small item folded in cloth. Before I could ask about it, she started through the halls and I followed alongside her. What's going on? I'm gathering students for a personal announcement. I'll elaborate when we arrive in the foyer. She raised a small item indicating it was going to be the subject of our meeting. She was the last student I approached. Those who won't be present did not answer when I knocked. However, when I approached Sai, she replied through the door that she wasn't going to move at all. She said that if she was going to die, it would happen regardless of what she did. What? It was a shockingly fatalistic thing to say, but I wasn't going to force her out. That girl, Sai, worries me. Do you think she'll do something dangerous? I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant that I worry for her well-being. I don't wish to be too demanding in any case. She may be offended or take it the wrong way, but Missy sighed. She seemed upset that she couldn't do anything to help Sai. I'm sure Sai appreciates the sentiment. We just do what we can, right? I apologize. You're absolutely correct. Mrs. expression eased as we finally arrived in the main foyer. Wherever you go, I follow, Missy. In the foyer, I saw a small group of students Missy gathered. It better not be the same people we had lunch with yesterday. Like, it better be some, like, Lyle better be here. The group is composed of Forte, Kanan, Ashley. It's the same. Oh, no. Missy's. I mean, Kanan's there. Hey, look at Kanan. Who would have thought? So Lyle, Cyrus, and Sai couldn't make it. I'm not surprised Cyrus is absent given his behavior last night. And Lyle should be a person of concern as well, since he was so distraught from the conclusion we came to discovering Art was the culprit by Pandora's death. Art just wanted to protect us. It's not his fault. Pandora had an incredibly suspicious note. Whoa, no, that was not why he, no. What are you talking about? That was not even why he did that, Ash. He literally killed her because he was upset with his own life and he wanted to attack somebody else who had a better understanding of their life, bro. He never said anything about the note in that trial. I remember that trial. Do not defend that man. I don't imagine seeing her with the note helped. What with his head being so full of distress. Oh, boo! Freaking okay. It's 2 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm not gonna yell in your ear. I'm not gonna, get hyped up about this, but my blood can boil sometimes, simple stuff like that. Art had a rough life. I'm not hating on Art having a rough. That dude had a rough life. Like, Art was forced his entire life to love golf because it was just something he was good at. So everyone made him play golf just to make deals and stuff like that, doing stuff that they were getting way more money from to force him play the sport that he enjoyed, to the point where it just wasn't enjoyable anymore. I get that, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, you had it rough, but he had no right or reason to kill Pandora, the most innocent, kind, beautiful soul that has ever existed, and he choked her out because she was nice to him. Like, don't defend him. In fact, they're only lucky that his body wasn't buried somewhere in this school, because I promise you, I would have dug it up and buried him in my room so I could spit on it every night. That'd be my new toilet. Anyway, that note is fairly damning. I never would have thought she would be in possession of such an oddity. But despite that, I feel like she had good intentions behind it. She specifically pulled me aside the night before to ask if I knew anything about the contents. That doesn't seem like something a mole would do, right? I can't believe they're really trying to blame Pandora for having the note being like danging to her name, bro. Like, that's not warranting him pretending that he didn't kill her and acting shocked in the trial. Nor is it like, oh, no, calm down. We wanted the source of the note, but we couldn't presume much about it without the strange item in our hands. Our morning was already off to a rocky start. That brings me to what I have gathered you all here for. Missy at the floor, taking place facing the elevator at the centerpiece table, while the rest of us encircled the opposite side. Please, do not be alarmed when I show you this. She placed a small cloth-wrapped item she had been carrying on the wooden table. Watch it be a gun. Oh my God. Sorry. It was a revolver with a note. Missy, what's the meaning of this? I told Echo before. I'll reiterate for the rest of you as well. I had plans to contribute my skills to the preservation project prior to the events of arriving here. However, upon arrival in my personal room, I found this revolver. Read the note tied to the handle. Ganon looked over and carefully read from afar. As a student interested in working with the preservation project, one must attempt their hand in a single round of reverse Russian roulette. We believed every ultimate student, should they be destined to live and change the world, would surpass the incredible game of chance, no matter the odds. So if we do Russian roulette, then we get to... I don't know what reverse Russian roulette is. I know Russian roulette. What's reverse? A game of unbelievable chance. 5 out of 6 chambers in the gun are occupied with the bullets. Players will spin the chamber, lock the chamber in, place the barrel against their own head, pull the trigger, and hope to survive. Wow. I've actually heard about that a little bit. I didn't know it was called reverse Russian roulette. But that's okay, if we're being real, the possibility, how many of us are there? Hold on. We can just go here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if all 8 of that's, yeah, you could, I think you just heard from the number that there's 8 of us and 6 bullets in the chamber, or 5 bullets in the chamber out of 6, that the odds of that is physically impossible. You're not going against that. That's what an unfair lie. Without the knowledge of whether or not a bullet will be fired, your life is in the hands of fate. That's absurd. I didn't say right, but it's fine. What are the possible odds of someone surviving that? Do the freaking math, Ashley. The odds are far too high to take a chance on. One would have to be inconceivably fortunate. You didn't play, right? Who would dare risk such a gamble if they were not certain they would survive? Missy's jaw clenched. Did she really not play the round? That said, I'm showing my hand because I wanted to suspend my disbelief. Huh? I sincerely want to trust you all. So I hope you can trust me as well after I've revealed this wretched thing. It's all of us have to play it. It's just one of us has to play it. Well, no, as one of us has to play it, then we'd already be free. That's crazy. I wish for you to believe that no danger is to be contrived from me, as I have no intention to harm any of you. He carefully folded the cloth back over the revolver. Have any of you ever heard of a concept called the Stockdale Paradox? I can't say that I have. I'll explain. It is a philosophy of duality. Named after a vice presidential candidate, the Stockdale Paradox is a concept in which one must never lose faith that they will prevail in the end, while still confronting the cruel facts of their reality. It is a paradox of the self. An individual has to be able to balance the horrors of reality with the optimism of success to truly be able to overcome the worst situations. This mindset, the acknowledgement of two opposing sides, is paramount in achieving one's goals. One mustn't get so hopeful they ignore the gravity of their grave surroundings. In our case, we must balance the hope that we will escape the clutches of this place against the despair of ultimate death within the walls. The four of us were petrified. I really like Missy. I really love Missy. I'm not gonna lie. Missy's freaking awesome, and I trust her with my life. Hope? Despair? It was hard to process. Thank you for placing trust in us, Missy. We will not let you down. Ganar made silence, but nodded in agreement at Forte's statement. Thanks, Missy. You're risking a lot, but if none of us plan to kill, there really shouldn't be anything to worry about. Of course, there shouldn't be anything to worry about. We're all reasonable people, but fear is a powerful tool. By showing you this item and telling you my intentions, I hope to dispel any fear among us. I see. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. Can't believe how bold Missy was being. She could have easily left the gun in her room, out of sight, essentially out of our realm of existence where no one could cause harm with it. But she was venturing with high hopes that our group truly had no ill will. Everyone agreed. No one would dare fire the gun. Missy, what you just did, I thoroughly respect. I think that was like the best option to do. And it was the fact that you didn't single anybody out, because we have a pretty tight friend group of like Ashley, Missy, and Echo, and Forte as well. Like it's pretty tight already. So it was really cool as she went to every door to try to get everyone to know. You can't force somebody out of their room, sadly. But yeah, no, I just really respect that. I just gotta say, I really do not want you to die. You're with me. You're not going anywhere without me being in the room over. Even so, in a game of killing, a weapon presented itself seemingly out of nowhere. Strange or so, it seemed like some students were left some sort of item in their rooms upon waking up. First, Kanan remarking upon her camera. Then Ashley having Silva's racing helmet. And finally, Missy with a revolver. I would like to go to everybody's room and simply ask them like, hey, what did you have? I know most are probably not going to tell me, except people down here, but I know the rest are probably not going to tell me. But it'd just be nice to actually know what we all had in our rooms. Because Missy having a revolver is a really scary thing that, if it was in the wrong hands, could essentially kill everybody. But I also recall Forte having something that was seeming out of place from the mansion. When he took care of me after I was shocked he had... Did we know this? Oh, more the fool me. I don't remember at all. Not a scarf. A scarf wouldn't make sense. Sheet music? That's right. Oh yeah, he was leafing through sheet music. I wonder, what was the meaning of this? Oh, frick, what happened? God dang. As I pondered this strange trend, the sound of glass shattering filled the room. Somebody's having a Looney Tunes fight up there. I'm coming. Our group glanced at each other for a moment before running off to the source of the sound. Through the dining hall into the kitchen, the sound persisted louder and louder. There we found Lyle, Jesus, in the kitchen itself in a state of disarray. Broken glass and battered metal littered the floor as Lyle clutched a metal pipe aiming for the oven. You're not gonna, like, find anything if you do this, Lyle. I'm telling you that right now. Lyle, what on earth are you doing? Have you lost your mind? What's it look like I'm doing? I'm testing the rules. The rules state that we are not to damage any major assets, yet here I am breaking everything. And so far, nothing has happened. Don't you understand? The rules aren't enforced. Art wouldn't have had to kill Pandora. It wouldn't have had to die by our vote. In the circumstances of a game, rules are placed to create restriction, and yet there's no arbiter, custodian, or mastermind here to punish us for breaking the rules. So why should we be following the rules in the first place? We thought our lives were threatened since we were trapped by that electrocuting door. Did that actually even happen? What do you mean? Of course that happened. Why would I lie about something like that? You were the only one affected by it. Well, I know, Echo. You're the mastermind behind this. What? You collapsed, and Forte, in his good-natured heart, came running over to your aid. That collapse could have been entirely fake. Because of that, we were simply trapped by our own fears. Be that as it may, the fact remains that the door was armed, and is currently barricaded. There can't be no reason for that. Despite Forte's observation, Lyle ignored him. He's completely absorbed in his own thoughts. Art didn't have to die. He didn't have to die. He didn't have to die. He was muttering to himself as his grip tightened on the pipe. Lyle's eyes gleamed with intent. Those enraged eyes locked onto mine as he dropped the pipe, the metal crushing the glass debris into dust. I'm not gonna die. Not after him. Well, god dang it, Lyle. I thought you were the cool, calm, and collected guy. You broke that. Why did I, like... I rolled my R there slightly. You broke that fantasy immediately. This guy is losing it after Art died. I mean, geez. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I loved Art, but, like, I knew him for, like, 3 days. Like, it wasn't a long time. With impeccable timing, an announcement rang through the halls. It is now 9 a.m. And welcome to day 4 of 7. We're already halfway through. How exciting. However, there are far too many people alive right now, and we need to fix that. Today's first motive question is, do you believe your talent can benefit all of humanity? Yes, as ultimate students at the top of your field, society will expect you to contribute yourselves and respective talents to the world as a whole. Ponder this question as we set up our next motive for you all. Coming soon to ultimate students everywhere. This is the announcement best I could, but the rest of the group paid no attention. Instead, they were trying to calm Lyle after his spill. Lyle, we want to leave too, believe me, but we should put our heads together and come up with a plan instead of wrecking everything. No, you'll only get in the way. Lyle aggressively pushed his way through us, leaving the dining hall for the foyer with Missy giving chase. No, let him touch that door. No, he want to talk to me like all crazy like that? Let him touch that door. Let him see that the electroshock is fake. Go ahead. I'm carrying you straight. Lyle, stop it. Stop following me. I alone will piece together the secrets of this awful killing game. If I'm not the ultimate puzzle master. Cyrus is right. If I don't act now, nothing will get done. You spoke to Cyrus? I ran into him this morning in the kitchen. He doesn't concern me in the slightest. With how Cyrus is behaving now, there's no telling what will happen next. You really ought to be careful around him. I'll ignore Missy's plea and marched over to the elevator, slamming the button. Oh, you don't want to try the door? Oh, it's fake electroshock. Should be. I am sorry. He turned around and held up a fist with a crumpled piece of paper in it. I swear I will find the other person who knows the secret of this note. That's the only clue Art left for me. And dang it, I will do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this. I gave us one last parting glance before entering the elevator. Click. The elevator doors closed, leaving the rest of us in a state of bewilderment. Now I don't know what voice to give Lyle. I'm trying to reaching for it now because I really have no clue. He was a very calm and collected type of like, hey, how you doing? And now he's a freaking psycho. With Lyle on edge, as it is, a talk with Cyrus sounds like a recipe for disaster. What do you suppose he's going to try now? My heart aches. I can only summarize Lyle might be going to the 3rd floor to scour the area for the other students. It's a new location that needs to be turned over after all. Forte and Missy sighed in unison. Let us hope he doesn't do anything reckless. But just after Forte said that, I heard footsteps at the top of the stairs. Cyrus. Cyrus replied in a nonchalant manner, but his face was different. In the light of day, Cyrus' expression was twisted into something disconcerting. Missy and Cyrus exchanged fierce looks once more, but this time the two of their emotions were catalyzed. Look at them. Before we could react, Missy moved swiftly to pursue Cyrus at the top of the stairs. Missy, wait, what are you doing? Ashley went to chase after her, but Missy's firm voice stopped Ashley in her tracks. Don't worry. I'm confident nothing will happen here. I'd like a word with this informant. She announced her vague plan as she arrived at the top of the stairs and forcefully grabbed Cyrus by the arm. Cyrus didn't say a word. Grab that man like she was his mama, alright. Rather, he just made a disgusted face as Missy pushed him into the jazz club. He slammed the door as silence befell the group. Should we be concerned? Missy has a plan. I have faith she will carry it out to execution with the least casualties. Yeah, Miss Ultimate Tactician probably has some cards up her sleeve. Let's just leave her be. Kanal made a rather snide remark, but that said, it seemed like everyone was confident that Missy had a plan, seeing as no one went to pursue her. I hate it in here. Why don't we carry on with the investigation ourselves? An investigation? Of what? The mansion. We still haven't found a way out of this place. I agree. The third floor opened up to us last night, so there could be an opportunity for escape. Kanan, would you like to join me? Missy proposed traveling in pairs to protect ourselves, so if I may. Sure. With a stern reply, Kanan briskly began escalating the foyer stairs. Excuse us. Forte followed suit. It was left me and Ashley in the foyer. We should check out the third floor again, now that the amenities are open. And hopefully we'll find those other students. Her voice was low. Ashley was pale with worry. There were signs of her friend Silva being here as well. The helmet in his personal room on the third floor. But the fact that we hadn't run into anyone for 3 days was cause for concern. I didn't want to say anything though. Ash, I'm sure we'll find Silva and the others. Ash's eyes softened. Thanks, Echo. She gave a smile once more before starting toward the stairs. I began to follow, but something was tugging at me. Hey, Ash, should we take the gun? Ashley hesitated. I don't know about that. I think we should trust Missy. We should trust everyone. It's ridiculous, though. I mean, trust is such a lofty, intangible concept. Who could say whether or not someone will uphold it? Echo, man, Echo talking like a supervillain. What's going on? Are you saying you won't? Oh, talk to him, Ashley. Of course not. It's just, then that's that. Huh? Missy wants to believe in us. And I'm guessing from our observed behavior during the trial last night, she has no reason to believe any of us are malicious. In fact, the one person she thinks is the most dangerous is Cyrus, and she's dealing with him personally. She placed her trust in us. Now I have to trust her. It's a give and take. See. Trust. I pondered the concept as we made our way toward the third floor. I essentially trust... I know, if I'm being real, I don't trust Lyle, and I don't trust Sai either, because she's like having a panic attack in her room every day. She might use that gun to hurt someone or hurt herself. And Lyle's over here having a freaking mental breakdown over Art dying. So I think that you should trust people, but you should also be aware of mentally unstable people who might not be having everyone's best futures in their thoughts right now. They might be using the best intentions for everybody. We'll see though. We'll leave the gun. Upon arriving at the third floor, Ashley and I saw Kanan and Forte just entering the garage. Ashley herself revisited the door with Silva's school emblem and tugged at the doorknob. Locked. Figures. She knocked lightly a couple times, but to no avail. Her eyes were dark. Hey, maybe those other students are just gathered somewhere else in the building. It's a pretty big place. This whole floor was hidden from us for a while, after all. As she snapped out of her trance, her concerned gaze met mine. Yeah, we'll see them soon enough. She lightly caressed the door. I'll be with you soon, before returning to my side. Well, let's see if we can find anything else on this floor. Kanan and Forte just went to the garage, so why don't we check out the other rooms in the meantime? Let's go to the casino! Let's go to the casino! I'm sure they're gonna let us do like everything. I wanna go to the casino though. Let's visit the casino. Visit the casino, a dim room with an expensive design. Among the room pairs, this room was connected to the smoke lounge by a set of double doors on its left wall. A casino? I suppose it pairs well with the smoke lounge. I guess some type of ultimate gambler would thrive here, but still, I'm really upset it's not an ultimate. This, along with the smoke lounge, seems a bit out of our depth. Well, we're here for the recreation. Let's see what we can find. We split up and searched between the rows of slot machines that lined one side of the room and the card tables that occupied the opposite side. The slot machines spun listlessly as they sat idly by. The card tables themselves looked rather lonely. No chips or cards adorned the felt. I had paced through the room twice over, but didn't spot anything of note. Ashley seemed to be out of sorts. I wanted to talk and take her mind off her worries for a little bit. So, I suppose I did have no talent after all. What do you suppose I'm... Oh, crap. No, wrong voice. So, I suppose I do have an ultimate talent after all. What do you suppose I meant to do with it? Well, it helped during the trial. That aside, I'm not even sure what kind of practical uses it has. I assure you, Ashley is the ultimate jockey rider. You do not see any horses around and you don't see her fretting about it, Echo. Ashley felt quiet, instead focusing her attention on investigating the room at hand. At a loss, we decided to move on. Alright, not much here. I like the aesthetic though. We'll check Smoke Lounge. It's like right across the thing. Let's see what the Smoke Lounge is. I love the Danganronpa music, some of the best visual novel music. We entered the Smoke Lounge, a large room with a rustic design. Among the room pairs, this room is connected to the casino by a set of double doors on its right wall. Immediately upon entering, we were met with a heavy, ashy odor. Everybody knows the black smell, but the air itself felt thick and suffocating. Echo, are you okay? I'm fine. I just wasn't expecting the air to be so dry. Let's try to make it out of this quickly. What kind of group would allow students to access to a smoke lounge? That seems irresponsible. Yeah, what kind of ultimate could utilize this room anyway? The ultimate smoker. I smoke 3 packs a day. Who knows? Let's just take a quick look for some sort of exit and move on. I glazed over the room from one end to the other with a single sweeping look. It was a decadent looking set. The leather seating and fine woodcraft tables were cozy, each table housing a small candle for a comforting effect. The far wall had shelves upon shelves of fine beverages locked behind a glass case, with a bar to match on the opposite side. So you guys are like students, so what are you, like 17, 18? You guys are like below smoking and drinking age, which is 21, but you know. So you're young though. It was a highly refined atmosphere overall that felt rather unwelcoming to those of us who didn't indulge in this sort of recreation. I poked around in areas I thought I may be suspicious, but didn't really know what to look for. I wanted to try again. Lyle probably has some trick to memorizing different puzzle block patterns. I could ask him, right? Yeah, I think there's usually some kind of math involved, so there's that. She's like, stop talking to me about this, Echo. God dang, I don't care. Finding nothing fruitful of note, we moved to our next location. The art gallery. Let's visit the art gallery. I'm sick of traveling with you, Echo. What? Nothing. This is some very extravagant art, wouldn't you say? Crossing the 3rd floor hall, we came upon the spacious art gallery. Among the room pairs, this room is connected to the garage by a set of double doors on the right wall. I should probably remember what it's telling me, like, because it's being pretty specific about where the doors are. It's very picturesque and modern. Yeah, the whole environment is really inviting. Could some kind of exit or a clue really be hidden in a place like this, though? I guess we'll find out. The art gallery was situated in a warehouse-style room. The high open ceilings adorned with bright lights gave way to several painted canvases that decorated the walls. Large, colorful work tables were lined up in the center, facing a small stage that held a sculpture up for the artist to see. Off to the side was an inside closet stocked with shelves chock full of supplies. It's a pretty place, isn't it? We kept coming up short in our investigation, shuffling the length of the room in silence. I stopped peppering Ashley with questions pertaining to my talent. She clearly wasn't in the mood to address it. Oh, Echo? Ashley sighed. This whole ultimate debacle, such a thing has no bearing on what we have. You don't need to find any sort of use for the talent. I can tell you what all a jockey could do for the future. Was it too much to simply wish for safety? That in return we must contribute everything in our power to get something so basic? I wish the project weren't so incessantly ultrarian about our talents. At every sigh. Pandora said something like that on the 3rd day in response to the forced motive question. that baking was simply her passion. Sorry. The talent assignment was so weird and out of nowhere. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I believe it. I just wanted to talk to take your mind off. I let the sentence hang. I didn't know where to go from there. Thanks, Echo. We kept looking. Well, nothing in the art gallery. Watson, we found like nothing. I guess we had a nice little conversation. The 3 rooms we visited were stocked with a decadent supply of recreation, but the fact that we couldn't find any exit or any signs of life were cause for concern. Our entrapment felt more and more isolating with each discovery. There's one more room to check. I wonder if Kanan and Forte have finished their investigation. No reason not to join them. Oh wait, crap, wrong voice again. No reason not to join them if they haven't. Sorry, I gotta read the dialogue more. I just see Ashley and I just start doing her voice. Whoa! Ashley and I into the garage through its heavy double doors. There weren't any signs of Forte or Kanan in the room. The garage was another warehouse-sized room that housed a large collection of vehicles. Vehicles of various makes and models lined the warehouse, like a row of soldiers. The luster of each steel body gleamed proudly under the beams of display lights. A car collection? Huh? Turn around and see Ashley shaking. Is this a joke? Ash? This is some kind of sick joke, isn't it? It was Ashley's side, but was shrugged away as she stumbled towards a cobalt blue race car. She laid her hands on the hood of the car and stared a hole to the windshield. This is Silva's car. Look on her face was filled with mixed emotions. Oh no. I gripped her shoulder firmly and shook her out of her daze. Ash, snap out of it! As she blinked and took a step back, but her head was hanging low. Echo, this is a sign. It can't simply be coincidence, can it? Her voice showed off. It seems we came to the same conclusion. It was entirely possible that Silva was also captured, made to play a killing game. But she would never want to hear that. Ashley, all these signs must be set up to get a rise out of you. Huh? Think about it. The mysterious group infiltrated the preservation project and kidnapped us. They must have known about your fight with Silva and are using it against you, using it to vex you, to motivate you into doing something horrible. They're playing mind games with you, Ashley. You don't have to worry about Silva. So are these things, but they were all a lie. Even so, I couldn't stand to see her in such despair. Ashley rubbed her eyes and I saw her body relax. Yeah, you could be right. She sniffled out a voice of gratitude. Thanks, Echo. What are friends for? I gave her a small hug. I'm gonna step out in the hall for a bit, if you want to keep looking. Oh, alright. I won't be long then. And then Ashley gathered her bearings outside as I gave the garage a brief walkthrough. Unsurprisingly, I found nothing. Did you find some keys? I'm gonna drive this through the entire freaking home. I left the garage disgruntled at the lack of clues for escape. Out in the main hall, I spotted Ashley in the midst of conversation with Missy. Oh, how'd your to go with Cyrus? Echo, you might want to hear this. Huh? What is it? As you know, I had a conversation with Cyrus. Yeah, that was kind of scary. But I'm glad to see you're alright. Worry not, I'm here in one piece. I want to bring your attention to his strange behavior. You see, I tried to reason with him, talk to him from one person to another, but it's almost as if after he was exposed, he's been putting on a facade. I'm sorry. It's difficult for me to explain this gut feeling I have about him, but I have my suspicions. Zero said ultimate charisma wasn't the real Cyrus, but could it be the other way around? The other way around? What do you mean? I was thinking. Zero uncovered Cyrus' false talent, revealing his true title. Cyrus' behavior became stifled and insincere. Perhaps charisma truly isn't his talent, but his behavior under that title seemed organic. My apologies. I'm just thinking out loud. Although to see for myself, I want to talk some sense into him, but he remains steadfast and stubbornly irksome. If he continues to behave strangely, we might have another tragedy on our hands. I agree. I don't want to be too hasty, but I suggest we try to extract information from him with force. That's what I'm talking about, Missy! With force? Missy's expression sharpened as she made a definite decision. I could see her eyes gazing through a plan of action. I'll use the gun to threaten him into talking. Well, that's a lot. You know, that's, you know, like Ash is a pretty tall, strong woman. She rides horses. I think if she were to like put him in a hold and we were just like kind of like rough him up a bit, like maybe just punch him up a little bit, then I think that'd be enough for him to realize like, I'm done playing this character. Please stop punching me. I think a gun might be like a little too on the nose. It might make him want to hurt us, and it's kind of hard to build a friendship after you point a gun at somebody. I'm talking a lot. Make no mistake, I have absolutely no intention of firing it, but Cyrus doesn't need to know that. In that case, let me help you. I'll get rope from the climb center to bind him in case he thinks of doing something funny. Excellent. I was shocked, but Ashley and Missy were both in agreement. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ashley, quick. Let us make preparations to rendezvous here promptly. You mustn't waste any time with Cyrus roaming around freely. Ashley nodded. Frickin' girl bosses. Okay, let's get on it. The three of us sped down the stairs and split up at the second floor landing. Missy continued further down. Ashley and I took a sharp turn toward the climb center. I was struggling to keep up, but eventually closed the distance between us as she dug through the lockers in search of rope. Isn't this too extreme? Look, it sounds harsh, but it's necessary to prevent further killing. The last thing I would want to do is not keep an eye on Cyrus and have you get killed, Echo. No single soul is exempt from death. There's no gray area about it. I understand that, but... Oh, frick. Before I could finish my thought, a shot was heard from ring through the air. Hold on. Everyone at home, chill out. Missy probably just shot in the air, or they might be wrestling for a gun, but probably nobody got shot. We're good. Or somebody shot in the air when Missy was trying to grab the gun. We're good. No one's hurt. Shots sound like came from above. I thought Missy would run to the foyer, the first floor. Missy, she must have encountered Cyrus before us. Okay, let's go. I start to bundle the rope around her forearm, grab my arm once more, and darted up to the stairs towards the third floor. Oh, frick. She stopped me at the foot of the stairs and cautiously looked around the corner of the main hallway. Okay, that's 2 shots. Now let's get a bit worrying. That's 2 gunshots. The sound of another shot exploded through the air. It sounded like it came from the smoke lounge. What was going on? Oh God, far as was happening, I felt my body move on its own. Ash had thrown the arts gallery's door open and forced me in. Ash, what on earth are you doing? I slammed the door between us as I stumbled in. Echo, take cover and don't move a muscle till I get back. God dang! This is powerful. This is impressive. She's just gonna charge somebody with a gun. Let me help you. I know I'm small, but like I got good memory. I can memorize his shooting patterns. She commanded me from the other side of the door as I tried to steady my footing. And I saved dishevelments. I stayed put, not knowing what else to do. Echo, come on, bro. Get out there. Her footsteps softened as she put furthering distance between us. Missy? Slam. Oh, frick. Okay, I'm not liking that there's 3 gunshots. What's happening? I was shaking. I hurtled toward the door. I couldn't help but fear the worst, attempting to pry the doors open. She barricaded me in? But the doors wouldn't budge. Upon closer inspection, the door had no key or latch that would keep them locked. Huh? Locked? How? Looked around hastily for something to help get me out. Find a vent. Oh yeah, the garage is connected to the art gallery. I can leave through there. Instead, the double doors led to the garage and tugged. What? How am I locked? There's no way Ashley did both of those. How am I locked in here? But the doors were similarly blocked. Looking again, these double doors had nothing preventing them from being opened. Somehow, both set of double doors had been blocked. Did they trick me or something? What's happening? No way. How could this be happening? I gasped, collapsing to the ground at the inexplicable situation I found myself in. Missy. Let's get back to it. It's possible Missy was out there with a gun. Okay, no, chill out. It's somebody, it's got no, okay, let me calm my audience back down again. Nobody's getting shot. No one's shooting 4 shots out of a gun to shoot somebody. Someone's probably shooting the air, it's probably just someone shooting the air, scaring somebody, or they're getting rid of all the bullets to like show that it's a truce thing, right? Confronting Ashley, I felt a cold sweat forming on my face. Missy, you asked us to trust you. I couldn't believe how stupid I was for believing trust. I should have picked up the gun when it was in the foyer. Trust. Footsteps. Heard footsteps from the main hall side of the doors. Why, you must be a raving madman if you think you can run around the building alone. I'm not doing anything suspicious. I'm doing everything I can to get us out of here, unlike the rest of you. What were you doing poking around in one of the 3rd floor personal rooms anyway? How did you even get in there? That is none of your business. Voices. Her faint voices from the main side of the hallway. I sprung her from the floor and banged on the door from inside the art gallery. Hey, whoever's out there, let me out. I hammered the door so my fist fell through the air. Oh, frick. You have the rope? Echo. I was on the other side of the door holding a bundle of rope. There's no time to explain. I was falling all over myself, running towards the sound of the shots. Everything was a blur as I darted across the hallway to the smoke lounge and threw the door open. Oh, frick! That man's got 2 shots in him. Cyrus' body was lying, face up, blood staining his torso and hands. I sharply inhaled a tremor at the sight. Cyrus shook out a small startle response before disappearing from the smoke lounge entirely. I stood rooted in place, fearing confusion paralyzing me. You fainted from seeing a body before. You just let out a small scream and ran away this time. The smoke lounge was a complete state of chaos with Cyrus' bloody body drawing my gaze. Furniture was strewn about, glass cabinets were shattered, and fabric sprinkled the messy floor. My head stung. The miasma of alcohol rushed through my senses, mixed with a thick odor of smoke and metallic scent of blood, creating an awful nausea-inducing headache. Echo, if you pass out, don't you freaking pass out. Lock in. Come on, stay up. I need you. Holy frick. Someone left. Someone left covered in blood. Double doors that connected the smoke lounge to the casino was ajar. Morbid curiosity took hold. I cautiously approached the slight opening. I pushed slowly and... No, that's Ashley. No. Okay, wait. I'm seeing no wounds. It's just blood on her hands and her skirt. Let's chill out. Ashley's body was showing the floor, blood staining her hands. All my instincts escaped me and my mind went completely blank. White noise filled my thoughts. I crumbled to the floor beside her, but my hand wouldn't go anywhere near Ashley's body. A slam intruded in my daze. Kanon and Forte closed in on Ashley's body and were voicing their concern, but I heard nothing. My senses were scrambled. The only thing I heard above the murmur of voices was, No, she's not dead. Like, there's no way. The eerie chime indicating, a body has been discovered in the smoke lounge. You'll be granted a period of investigation, then we will begin our class trial. Look, a body wasn't discovered in the casino. She's good. Please accept this generous gift of a special report called the Monokuma file. It'll be printed from the digital kiosk and outlines the details of our poor lost friend. Your lives depend on solving the case, so get a crack on. She's probably not dead. I feel my whole body shaking. I couldn't take my eyes off Ashley's body. The body discovery announcement in Ashley's body. Did that mean... Her footsteps approached from behind. Missy crouched. Missy, why weren't you here? Miss crouched down beside me and rested her hand on my back, lightly shaking me. Echo. I couldn't respond. I just sat on the floor, staring. Missy reached past me towards Ashley's body. Missy, could it be? Life moved in slow motion. I tried to connect what I heard outside the gallery to the horrible scene at hand. Missy carefully moved Ashley's hair and gently placed 2 fingers at the side of her neck. She's probably good. Missy, don't you dare touch her. She's alive. She's alive? I was pumping and I felt new life breathe into me as I processed the revelation. Look, her bracelet isn't a neon pink. Yeah, she's good. Thank goodness. I don't know why she got knocked out, but it had to be a big freaking scuffle. Her pulse is extremely weak, but Ashley's alive nonetheless. Isn't there an infirmary anywhere? She needs attention quickly. I'll check the casino kiosk for a map. Ganon left as the rest of us gazed in astonishment. My goodness. My stare remained on Ashley's bracelet. Missy was right. It remained the same light rose gold color as mine. Unlike when Pandora's turned neon pink. Even if that were the case, what was wrong with her? I searched for an infirmary on the kiosk, but it only displays the floors that we've been to. Then, does that mean there isn't one? No, there's an infirmary, but the infirmary is connected to the courtroom. What's the courtroom? My body kicked into action. I sprinted out of the casino toward the 3rd floor and slammed the buttons. Echo, I need to get out of here. Take me to the courtroom. Shouted nothing as the elevator doors refused to open. I continued to hit the buttons fruitlessly. Echo, please. I know it will be difficult, but it seems we must investigate in order to gain access to the courtroom. Missy had followed me all the way out here. We wouldn't want to enter the trial without preparing ourselves. Therefore, we must work quickly if we're going to bring Ashley back. Please. I set my forehead against the elevator door and feet. Fingers. Ashley let out an immense, heavy sigh. My chest heaved as I felt my breath escape in shaky, broken pieces. I'll do whatever it takes. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Echo. You know? Little victories. I dragged my feet as Missy and I made our way to the crime scene. We're doing this again. This horrible, horrible thing. searching for the culprit behind this sickening scene, only to put them on the chopping block for the game to continue anew afterwards. The cycle was torturous. Despite that, Ashley was alive. I tried to clear my head. Yes, Ashley was barely hanging on by a thread of life, but she was alive regardless. I need to figure out who did this. Someone took Cyrus' life and threatened Ashley's. There's no gray area about it. I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's Sai. I think she'd be the only person. Lyle, I don't think is gonna kill anyone. I think he's going insane right now. I think he's kind of breaking down because Art died. I think it's all fake, but I do not think he's gonna kill anyone. Oh God, could it be Missy? I don't think it's Forte. Yeah, I think it's Sai. No gray area about it. And that is the end of chapter 2. And I'm not gonna end this episode. I'm not gonna end this episode, not yet. We both deserve to know what's going on. I'm not gonna leave you that much on a cliffhanger. I'm not that evil. Let's check the scene though. Here, let's quickly get a little save thing going on here. Forte propped open the double doors that kept the smoke lounge and casino separated, so we can move freely between them. In the smoke lounge, Lyle stood looming over Cyrus's body. Sai was in the smoke lounge as well, gazing at the body from a distance. In the casino, Forte put Ashley in a recovery position and was monitoring her. Kanan was standing between the rooms, glaring at the trail of debris. Missy went to investigate the smoke lounge, and I was left to look on my own. Type stuff? Okay, let's go. Wait, a blowtorch? It's a blowtorch? Had to be in the garage. So that's what he was getting from the kitchen earlier. Lyle, what? What the frick? Stop acting like you're all calm. I'm still giving you the calm, collected voice. Just when you're tweaking out, you sound a little, you sound different when you're tweaking out like everybody does. What are you talking about? You recall I crossed paths with Cyrus early in the morning. A bit before, I started testing the rules by destroying the ovens. It was a brief meeting, but I was curious as to why he was in there as well. He must have smuggled the butane torch out. And you didn't say anything? Why should I have? I mean, you could have stopped him in advance from whatever he was going to do with it. He's dead. Clearly didn't get the chance to do anything anyway. Fair enough. Mrs. Revolver, the weapon that took Cyrus' life. The gun handle is covered in blood. 4 shots were fired, leaving 1 bullet. Quite a few people knew about the gun, so it might be difficult to determine who wanted to retrieve it. The kiosk has been knocked over. There's a faint streak of blood on the screen. It appears to be broken. How do you figure? Because the giant crack in it echo. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. But I think the Monokuma file was printed from the casino kiosk because this one wasn't operational. Kanan has the victim report if you want to take a look. Probably some technology involving proximity or some such. I really can say since that sort of thing's on my depth. I wonder if the kiosk being knocked over has anything to do specifically with what happened here. I can't say. The streak of blood implies that it may have been interacted with. But to what extent is beyond me. The kiosk being knocked over may have just been a casualty during whatever struggle occurred here, but the streak bothered me. Glass? Broken glass and torn fabric littered the floor underneath his body. Hold on. You boys look at a little water in them. A struggle occurred here, that's for sure. It took place before Cyrus fell. The display case must have been broke during the altercation, and he was killed sometime after falling atop the refuse. Okay, so he was probably shot then, as you say. He got shot, then fell back and broke everything. Okay, that makes sense. How did the kiosk get broken? That was beyond me. And why do you have a blowtorch? That makes sense. It seems like the only way the room could have gotten so messy. Of course, no one's going to be cautious about their surroundings when their life is on the line. Luckily, the blowtorch didn't ignite, otherwise we might have come across a fire-consumed scene with nothing but destroyed evidence. I guess it is lucky. Okay. His body, of course. Let's check his wounds. It looked like he only got shot twice, but I heard 4 shots. The gun wound was front and center in Cyrus' chest, but it soaked through the shirt. The deep pigment inundated the cloth and oozed into the carpet. The gun wound very clearly told his cause of death. My eyes were more curiously drawn to Cyrus' blood-stained hands. The blood could have only come from one source, his wound. He must have tried in vain to stop the gun wound from bleeding out. I trembled at the thought of what happened, of what ended up being a futile act. Last but not least, oh, we just go to the casino. There's nothing else here but just Ashley. Like, did she just stumble in here after an altercation? Ash, hang in there. Skirts and hands. Hand. Let's check hand. Let's check the one we know is her hand first. Then we'll check whatever this is. Ashley's hands were covered in blood. She didn't appear to have any sort of room, so the blood in her hands could have potentially come from only one place. Did you try to stop his wound? Did Ashley try to prevent Cyrus' death? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's the only way you could have done that. Did he get shot and you tried to stop his wound? If that were the case, whoever shot Cyrus would be the same person who took Ashley out so she can reveal the assailant. That was it. I just saw her in. That's interesting, isn't it? That's really interesting. Get me out of here. This one has me a little debacle. As I said, I think it might be Psy, but this one has me debacle on how this went down. We heard a gunshot. Then we heard. Okay, I'm trying to go over. Let's go over things for in it off real quick though. But we heard a gunshot, and then me and Ashley ran from the climbing center all the way up to the third floor. We heard a second gunshot. Ashley threw me in the art gallery, and somehow the doors got locked. I don't know if she locked them or just the game locked it itself. But we heard a third gunshot, and then we heard a fourth. Or no, we heard two gunshots when we were downstairs, and then we ran it. So yeah, so we heard two when we were upstairs, two when we were down, I believe. Oh, fuel canister! I didn't even notice this. But what could have been? An overturned gasoline canister. Container, it's almost empty. Ew, it smells in here. Yeah, the smoke lounge wasn't really a pleasant place to begin with, but this? What do you mean? Well, when Ash and I visited the smoke lounge for the first time, the air was heavy with cigar smoke, I'm assuming. To see liquor and gasoline spilled all over the place, added to the smell. It's not helping much, I'll say that. I see. I didn't visit this place beforehand, so I can't really say, but I'll take your word for it. But gasoline seems out of place here, doesn't it? Yeah, blowtorch and gasoline. What was he trying to do? Yeah, I wonder if it came from the garage. What a specific combination. That's it, isn't it? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything like this place. But yeah, Ashley's the only thing of. This scene is quite unruly. I'm uncertain whether it would be more or less difficult to determine the culprit in this scenario, considering the many questionable items lying about. Yeah, as opposed to what might happen to Pandora, this is a bit jarring. Where were you, though? I remember seeing you go into the garage with Kanan earlier when we paired off to search the third floor. Yes, and that's precisely where we ended up. Huh? The two of us were investigating the garage as thoroughly as possible, but found nothing of note. We then went outside to investigate the other personal room doors at the end of the third floor living quarters hall. Also, I think it said Lyle was in one of the personal rooms. Someone yelled, "Lyle, you can't go around yourself like this. You're crazy. And how did you even get in one of those rooms?" So he got into one of those somehow. As you may have figured out already, the personal room doors are locked. Shit, cazzo. And he muttered something under his breath as he grazed a blue butterfly paint on his scarf, but I couldn't quite understand what was said. Where was I? Gnan and I then heard the first shot of 4. We rushed into the garage and barricaded the doors from the inside. We barricaded the doors? We thought it would be the best course of action to protect ourselves. Neither of us had the gun, so it had to be someone else. A reasonable conclusion, is it not? You guys have an alibi. I trust. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going down process of elimination. I trust 14 Solo because I doubt it's a dual murder. So I trust that they didn't do anything because they were together. After that first shot and through to the fourth, we hid away in the garage till we heard a commotion in the third floor halls. It was quite frightening hearing all 4 of those shots in such close vicinity. I never thought we would come upon this gruesome scene. Forte sighed and mournfully looked at Ashley. My heart. The Forte cannot block the doors. That explains why the garage side door didn't open. So Ashley must have locked me in the art gallery, and I couldn't get in the garage thing because of them, obviously. Interesting. So it wasn't anything with the game, it just got unlucky. I approached Kana and she overlooked the 2 scenes from the doorway opening between the rooms. You're probably wondering where I was this afternoon after we departed to search the 3rd floor. I was with Forte in the garage for a long portion of the afternoon, as well as during the duration of the 4 shots fired. You can vouch for my alibi. You and Ashley came upstairs after us, right? Yeah, we did. Didn't run to you 2 at all, though. We spent most of our time in the garage. It seemed to have the most potential for something useful out of the 4 rooms. Kanan silently surveyed the state of Ashley's body, then across the doorway at Cyrus' distant figure. Oh, here's a Monokuma file. I got it from the casino kiosk. Okay. Victims fatally shot above the heart. The victim's body was discovered in the 3rd floor. How many times was he shot? Caused death. Yeah. No. He was shot like at least twice. But it doesn't tell me. Like Pandora's file. This file is just purposeless. Yeah. Purposeless. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Purposeless in telling us what happened to Cyrus. As for Ashley, I can't say. Do you think she might have been attacked? Like hit over the head or something? I guess. It's not impossible. But she's pretty tall considering. It'd be hard to say what she was attacked with though. There's nothing on the casino side of the doors that could have been used as a weapon. That discussion fell flat. You seem a little more open today. Forts and I had a small parley in the garage. In short, he told me I shouldn't try to forego attempts to escape this game. She grumbled under her breath and exhaled sharply. Like Anon's frustration, she ended up providing more open conversation today, likely as a result of wishing to avoid being caught in the same voiceless situation she was in during yesterday's trial. Well, I'm glad you're with us now, except against us. Okay. So, that's the thing, Ashley is like the biggest out of, she's the tallest out of everyone here. But I mean, that doesn't make her immune to getting hit over the head. Let's go in order. I look particularly aggravated. This place is a mess. There's no mistaking the fact that a struggle occurred. That seems to be the case. It's a shame I wasn't closer when this took place. Even after I swept the 3rd floor earlier this morning, I managed to miss something as big as this. Call it bad timing. About that, where were you this afternoon after the fact? Huh? Are you suspecting me? Well, no. It would just help to know where you were so we can say you're not, so we can say you're in the clear. I was with Sai. Sai? But didn't she keep herself locked in her room all day? Beats me. All I know is that after I heard the second gunshot sound from somewhere upstairs, I saw Sai poke her head out of her room. God, okay, this is really hard to know who did this. I dragged her out for my safety and held her around with me to find out where the shots were coming from. We were on the 2nd floor by the time the 3rd shot went off. So you 2 can vouch for each other's whereabouts? Yeah? What of it? Nothing. So Lyle has an alibi that can be verified by Sai. I should talk to Sai to see if the stories line up. Puzzles me most is where did a gun even come from? Well, I don't expect you to believe me, but it was in Missy's possession. She bought it out to boldly state that she would not be firing it. She even recommended that we travel in groups in case anything happened, or something bad happened. So even if by the off chance someone did fire it, we'd be in groups, able to witness alongside our partner. Lyle was astonished. Really? What kind of tactician would reveal their hand like that? I mean, it was a symbol of trust in a way. I certainly am not going to use it to cause harm, and I really didn't think Missy would either. That aside, it almost seemed like she was micromanaging everyone's expectations and locations by doing so. Lyle just scoffed and continued to loom over Cyrus' body. I'm checking, not going in order, I'm checking Sai, because I need to know if this story is in order. Because we heard from the art gallery, Lyle, you shouldn't be traveling alone. And he said he's dragged Sai around. Let's see about that. Oh, Echo. His hands were trembling. I'm so sorry about Ashley. It's scary, but I'm trying to pull through. It was a relief to see her still breathing, but I need to find out who could have had such ill will toward her. That's very noble. If there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. Actually, yes, there is. What is it? I was stuck in the art gallery when the crime was going on across the hall. Couldn't open the doors whatsoever. I heard some footsteps and voices after some time, so I banged on the main hall doors. That's right. You were the first person I saw. You know why the doors were blocked? Yeah. The double door handles were bound together with rope. I'm guessing it was from the climbing center. So when I heard your voice from inside, I unbound the rope and you came running out. You demonstrated how she found the rope by replicating the state on the smoke lounge doors. She bound that pretty well. There was really no coming out of there. Rope. I went with Ashley to the climbing center and she got the rope to bind Cyrus. Did the culprit steal it from her and instead bind the doors to lock me in art gallery? Echo, don't be an idiot. She obviously bound it to keep you safe. That's strange. I'm also wondering where you were earlier this afternoon. I know Missy tried to call you out this morning, but you declined. Side's worried brow furrowed deeper. Well, I just thought after the events of yesterday, if someone was going to kill me, it doesn't matter what I do. What was she trying to say? And what I wanted to do was stay in my room. The killer could break my door down or whatever, but if it was going to happen, fate would find a way. So be it. That's a fair argument. You know, after I heard the second gunshot ringing outside, I peeked out of curiosity. We even had a gun in the first place. But it was pointless. Lyle had to drag me out and run me all over 3 floors just to find a bunch of nothing. You guys do have an alibi together then. It's kind of hard to break. Frick. Why did I hear a voice saying you're traveling alone then? Sai mumbled a train of thoughts to herself, but it didn't seem like she wanted an answer for her ponderings. I see. Well, thanks, Sai. Sai seemed to possess a haphazard reaction to the recent events. Regardless, Lau confirmed that he and Sai were together when they heard the first gunshots, and neither of them were even aware someone had a gun in the first place. Missy. So 4 shots were fired. 4 out of the 5 existing bullets in that gun's chamber. 4 shots. I noticed, however, there are 3 holes in the walls of the smoke lounge. Then those 3 weren't the ones that killed Cyrus? Yes. 1 bullet is lodged in his chest. The problem is finding out in what order these shots were fired. Which one was the one that killed him? Missy furrowed her brow. Echo. Your voice is a hushed whisper. I sincerely hope this hasn't tarnished your view of me. Huh? It's very clear that this crime has my name written all over it. I was the one who revealed the gun to be in my possession. I was the one who left it out in the open and had no partner to support my whereabouts during the crime. And despite that, I cannot tell you my alibi. Huh? Why not? Missy, what would you have me think after you just said all that? Please, trust me. I don't know if I can. She sighed. I cannot argue with that. I just have to let the trial discussion command our judgment. I must try to procedure compelling enough argument. Missy. That's it, isn't it? God dang. This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a tough one. God dang, this is tough. I let out a deep sigh. Conducting an investigation was harrowing. I was exhausted beyond belief. Our group was already so small, and given everyone's paired alibis, it became difficult to say who was behind this crime. It was difficult to say bearing one person. What was Missy thinking? Had she been lying to us this whole time? No, I couldn't jump to conclusions so quickly. It wouldn't be fair to Missy. Regardless, I had a bad feeling about this. All of this. Okie dokie, you know what time it is. It's time for the class trial. We have enough ammunition to shoot down the culprits. If not, then I guess you're all out of luck. The elevator will take you out to the courtroom once everyone has boarded, so make it snappy. Time for your bracelets to release toxic gas set for 10 minutes after this announcement ends. Don't drag your feet. My forehead in distress. This vicious cycle we couldn't see the end to continued once more. Why? I went over to Ashley's side and sat next to her. I gently placed 2 fingers at her wrist and felt a faint pulse. It was such an eerie feeling, knowing Ashley was alive but still so close to death. Forte laid his hand on my shoulder. Echo, we really ought to get going, lest we find ourselves in danger from Zero's capricious ways. Yeah, you're right. No, that was too much. Forte, would you mind? Could you help me carry her? This is a big woman. Not at all. Where's lift Ashley from the knees with ease, carrying her to the elevator. Oh, god dang. Are you strong like that? Fell behind him, trying to keep it this close to Ashley. Dang, he's strong like that? Like that? I have to ask him for help? Like, yeah, she's a bit too big for me, bro. Could you help me out here? Once again, our group apprehensively sauntered into the elevator. Our community had shrunk by 3. Yet in the elevator cab, we were divided even further. Lyle and Sai, Kanan and Forte, with Ashley in arms, myself and Missy. Distrust hacked away whatever threadbare remaining connection we had. But this time, damning signs pointed at one person in particular, Missy Vesper. Missy provided nothing to disprove those signs. Cyrus had been removed from the picture. Ashley was at the cusp of following. I was confused, hurt, and alone. What was I going to do during this trial? The doors opened up and revealed the circular room once more. I rushed in and raised my voice, calling the expense of nothingness in the room. Zero, Eve, we know there's an infirmary connected to the courtroom, so please help Ashley. The flash symbol for the announcer Eve appeared. Echo, there's a cross button for the infirmary in the elevator. The doors will open on the opposite side of the courtroom, leading you to the infirmary. I turned around, the courtroom side elevator door opened. I hopped in and pressed the cross button, opening the doors behind me. Forte swiftly carried Ashley in and gently laid her on the infirmary bed. He stepped aside as I clambered to the bedside. Ash, god dang, we gotta put her to a freaking hyperbolic time chamber? Okay. Ash, please be okay. It was impossible. I can low-key tell why I can pick her up. She is way bigger than Echo. This man is tiny. It was possible to tell if she was breathing. Every inhale and exhale was so small and weathered. A glass encasing lowered to cover Ashley, and the heart monitor above displaying her vitals. Her heart rate had plummeted to 45 beats per minute. That's low. I'll do my best to monitor her. Please leave your worries at the door. There is a greater matter at hand awaiting you. Yes, Echo, we need to begin the class trial. Her health is out of our hands. We can only do so much. The best thing we can do now is find the culprit. Our discussion will reveal what occurred. Onward, my friend. Yeah. I steadily stepped back. Okay. Ashley, I'll figure out what happened to you. I swear on my life I'll find the culprit. And that's where we're ended off. Okay, I wanted to get to a good stop, but I didn't want to leave you on the cliffhanger. It's actually going to be okay, something like that. But I mean, I know these class trials last upward for like an hour, 10 minutes. And, this video is already like over an hour 18. So I don't want to like make you sit through like a 2-hour video. But wow, I'm not going to lie. I don't know who to guess. I don't think it's Missy. I do not think it's Missy. I think Missy just made maybe a mistake trying to put that much trust in people with the gun. I don't think it's Missy. I don't know who it is because people have alibis, man. These people have like alibis, and that's really hard to say if people have alibis. Could it be a dual murder? That'd be crazy. Oh, I don't know. I know a lot of people enjoy this series. Tell me your theories in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If you already seen the game, don't spoil it, of course, but like, just tell me your theories if you have theories of what it could be, because I have no clue right now. But we'll figure it out together. This video won't take long because I know this video can't take long because I have to do like quizzes and memory stuff in the trial, and I don't want to forget everything. So next video won't take long to come out. But I do hope you guys sincerely enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and farewell for now.